before I came to Fulshear, I didn't really know where I fit in with life. I wasn't sure if it was something that I was into or if it was something that was meant for me. Which kind of sounds weird. Like I didn't think that my life was worth living, to put it like straightforward. When I got to Fulshear, I was convinced that I was gonna get in, do the work, get out. I remember being like, I don't need friends, like I'm good. But that wasn't true. And Fulshear really opened me up to the possibility that like relationships are okay and that not everyone is gonna leave you and not everyone is going to kind of like give up on you or tell you you're not good enough. And the way that I discovered that was through the equine program. I had the opportunity to grow really close to one of the horses, and I remember that connection that I had with Gabby helped facilitate other relationships with humans. I remember whenever I was like really not feeling therapy, and I would sit in there with Nicole and we'd just be like, oh, we'll go to the barn today for our session. And it was those sessions where I was able to reflect on my connection with Gabby that I was able to take risks in relationships with other humans. I ended up developing really good friendships that I still have 3 years later, and I don't take those for granted. I've learned how to build relationships outside of a treatment setting and also be okay saying goodbye to those relationships. I finally understand that relationships change and that it's okay for them to change. I'm someone who loves with my whole heart, and I will love someone so hard, and it was always really hard for me and scary for me to say goodbye. And now I'm okay with loving people and knowing that they're not going to be there forever, because people come into your life and they go, and that's okay. And it doesn't mean that your relationship was any less meaningful or that you have to hate them or whatever. I don't know, but I'm not afraid to take risks with friendships and connections. Since leaving Fulshear, I have done a lot. It took me a little while to like really get my feet under me, but Fulshear, the way that Fulshear helped shape me into my core meaning kind of built a foundation for how I wanted to build my life in my own unique way. I don't like to do things conventionally. I'm not someone who is going to graduate high school, go to college, get a job, start a family. I was someone who's going to take it really, really slow, and that's just how I've done it. So it took me about a year and a half to really start thriving after leaving and graduating Fulshear. And since then, I've really kind of fallen in love with being alive again. I am a senior in college. I'm studying psychology with the intention to become a school psychologist. What I love about that is that I get to kind of revolutionize the way that schools treat students in special education and the way that they overlook kids that could be just doing well and getting by. And I get to incorporate emotions and relationships and sensory experiences into general education classrooms where students can become more mindful and where I can help teach teachers how to facilitate social emotional learning in their own classrooms. So I get to go to grad school for that, which is exciting. And I have kind of created a home for myself out here in Utah. I joined a sorority where I now hold a position on the exec board. I'm the risk manager, which basically means I teach prevention education to 18-year-old girls when they go away from home for the first time, and how to be responsible and how to be safe and how to take care of themselves on a physical, mental, emotional, social, spiritual level, all that. And I love that. And it's given me the ability to not be afraid of being a leader. And I think that's something that Fulshear kind of instilled in me. When I was at Fulshear, I learned how to use my voice and how to influence others with my voice. And so it took me a little while to take what I learned and put it into practice. And so joining a sorority and taking the risk to be a leader in that sorority has really put in everything that healthy, strong, influential means into practice and into a setting that is not treatment at all, which is exciting. And I think that with that, I've learned to just like be myself. I have the most amazing job, and I teach kids with autism, and when they're in preschool, and I get to watch them grow and learn and communicate better, and it's been like the most special experience. And I'm really excited to take what I've learned working at that program and start my own career with doing it in a different way. I also got the cutest dog in the entire world, and what's really cool about that is that I waited so long to get a dog because I didn't know how to take care of myself. And now that I know how to take care of myself, I can take care of a dog, which is really exciting. And I was complaining the other day. I was like, he's the worst emotional support dog ever. He doesn't take naps with me. He won't go on runs with me. And my therapist goes, so exactly what he's like used for. I was like, shut up. And my dietitian was like, yeah, so he's like an eating disorder support dog. So he doesn't want to go on like 2-hour runs. He only wants to go on 15-minute runs. I was like, Rachel, be quiet. No one wants to hear that from you, but okay. But yeah, so he keeps me awake. We wake up at 7 a.m. and we go to bed at 10 p.m. and it's great. I love it.